Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone, I'm back. Been a few days out for some short vacation. I mean, not really a vacation, but I just went to the sea. I went to the seaside 2 days. It was a great trip. I really liked it, enjoyed it. And yeah, yesterday night I arrived actually home very late. It was like nearly midnight. It was 11:30, and so I said, well, I mean, streaming 1 hour or 2 hours. I mean, 1 hour it would be not really worth, right? So I decided not to stream and to stream today. Hopefully, looking at the calendar, wait, let me switch the scene meanwhile, because I think I'm ready. I'm ready. Well, somehow the webcam is off. Wait. Yes. But hello. But yes, if all goes well, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, I can stream without any problems. We will see Friday, probably not. We will see on the weekend what we can do. But I'm not planning other trips at the moment, but maybe, something happens. But for now, we have, 4 days we can stay together and improve our game. Hello, Hula. Welcome. And yes. Okay, let's just start to work, because we are behind, right? We are behind. We did a bit of a pause, so I want to restart and go as fast as possible, and to complete at least some of the functionality that we want to complete, right? Okay, so we were working on wagons and carts, and we completed the movement of the wagon, the loading of the wagon, the visual appearance of the boxes on the wagon. So all of that is done. And we were reasoning on few additional things. So how to acquire a new wagon, how to store it, and then how to retrieve it, right? And these are the new elements, part of the mission that we have on transports. So the transport acquisition, the transport storage, the transport retrieval, the transport decay and repair, and the transport customization. So I think what we decided is that for acquisition, we will do as usual. I was thinking to create a specific screen for buying carts and wagons, but I don't think it's a good idea. I think that we will just use the standard merchant plus quest, right? Now, there is one thing that we have to do though, which is that when you acquire it, it should not go into your inventory, right? So it should go into your transport inventory. Right, to the transport inventory slot. So this is what we have to do. And if I remember right, now I see that it's closed, but if I remember right, we did already a piece of it. So we created a new slot, which is a transport storage slot, and we started some of the code. Now I don't remember how much. I have to just check it again, but I remember we added I don't remember if it's here or if it's under. Probably is under slot. One day I will have to redo this because it's really ugly. But yes, this one. Slot garage, right? Slot garage. So we have this new slot defined. There is an inventory slot. So this means that when we move an item, we can put it in the inventory slot and we can list it in the inventory slot. Now we have to check what happens with banking and other stuff like that, right? Because we don't want banking to actually see the garage slot. So maybe let me add this to our list. So and I don't know if I put that into another mission. No, I didn't. So we have to ensure that banking is not, I mean storage, not banking, but anyway, storage NPC, right, are not seeing the new slot, right? So we don't, I mean, we want to be sure that you cannot go to your storage account and then get the transport from there, right? So it should be impossible to transport it. I see my webcam is stuck again. Come on, webcam. Come on. Okay. So we have to do this, right? We have to do this. And then we obviously have to do the storage and the retrieval. But I think it is the first part, the first thing that we have to test, right? We also need to flag an NPC as a transport storage NPC, right? I think this is what we said. And in fact, if I remember right, we did some changes to the code. Yeah, yes, where we were saying that, oh, this character is a banker, is a garage man, or is whatever, right? So we have, so we need to, so we added this garage man NPC role, right? And this we have to do it here for the storage and the retrieval. And this one we partially did it, right? So basically it is add new flag for garage man. Hello, who joined? Hello, Video Nomad. Hey, another month. Here you are. Here you are. Thank you a lot for your resub. Hey, how are you? Add a new flag for GarageMan NPC. So that we know when the NPC is a GarageMan, right? Then we will need a building and other stuff, but I think it's fine. We just need a visual garage, like we said, near to Girosh, right? It's 16 months, Video Nomad. Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you. So basically, if we want to flag so so we need to flag at least one NPC as GarageMan, and we need to display the new icon. I think we were pretty much there, and then we finish our time, right? But the idea was to do that. So to flag in our dummy database. I will do it in dummy first. So to flag one of the characters, I don't know if you want to create a new character, but I think it's okay. Oh wow, connection refused, and we have the database down. So character type equal to 1. And at the moment, the NPC spawn rule is the one that is governing the, yeah, this one, right? All these ones are actually up and these two are down. I mean, we can do it on merchant if he's not too busy, or we can do it on Crystal. I think we can do it on Crystal in this dummy database. By the way, Crystal here is a completely different character. It's just we reuse the name, but I think we used it for the mailman. Yes. So I think we can flag this guy as... We can flash this guy. So it should be 4, right? If I understood what I did. 4 is the garage man, yes. Okay, so we will flag Crystal as a garage man. And what we want to see that when this flag is on, okay. Okay. This one is not used yet. Okay, so I think we arrived pretty much here. So what we have to do? How's the dev going? I mean, it's going well. We created this new cards. I don't know if you followed, but we have new cards that we can, and wagons that we can carry around, like this guy. And like this guy, and now I'm trying to work on the storage of the wagon, which can be a building like that, and that just stores your wagon, your transport, and yeah, I'm working on that so that we can have, when we have that, I think we can release it, right? We also have to think about the release. When was our last release? Our last release was the 3rd of August. Then obviously there were holidays in between, and a bit of stuff, you know, happening in between. So I mean, I don't think we are late for a new release, but I think it's about time to think about it, right? Because it's already kind of 2 months. But yeah, 1 month was basically mean holiday. So it's 1 month enough. So I think if we can do a release in the next, I don't think next week, I mean, I don't think this week is possible. Next week, unfortunately, I have some friends visiting, and which is one of the problems of having friends, that sometimes they visit you. And so maybe it can be the 24, right? Maybe we can go with the 24. I don't know. But I mean, no one is asking us, right? No one is asking us to. Okay. So we basically have to use this function when we are sending. No, we did it in blueprints. Yes, we did it already in blueprints. So in theory, okay, let me check, because maybe it works already. Now that I remember, we did in blueprints, right? That GarageMan is a replicated variable. This GarageMan is replicated, and You see? It's replicated. And so on the client, when we right click on the MPC, I think we see that already. Yeah, obviously. I stopped the... I hope you can add something else in the next release. What do you mean? I mean, in addition to this? In addition to this? Yeah, maybe. Depending how much time we have, but yeah. You know what I really would like to do? I would like to create a new set for the generated dungeons. Because we only have one set. And yes, it's changing color, so in theory it's one set with 3 skins, but it's still pretty much the same set, right? So I would like to have an additional dungeon skin. But it's not very easy to do, because even if you search, you know, modular dungeon or things like that on the marketplace, there is nothing really good. And there is nothing really plane shift, right? So that's the problem. So there is nothing with our style. Maybe there are, you know, gothic, there are gothic areas, but it's not really, you know, what we can use. Why is it taking so much to load up? Because I said production 2. Fuck it. Okay, sorry, I'm still a bit getting my mind back into the problem. Do you have any suggestion, Hula, or anyone else, or what you would like to see in the next release? To add something more. I think the cards are adding quite a bit. Also because we can have quests related to the new cards, right? So you can acquire the cards through quest, which is pretty good, I think. Opening the next level with the winch. Oh, wow. Doing a whole new level. Oh my God. It's not very easy. It's not very easy. We still have so much to do on the first level. No, new land. We don't need new land. We need more content in the existing land. We don't need new land. We have enough land. We have a lot of space. We have a lot of space. We just need to fill the space with more content. It is what we have to do. Okay, this is Crystal in the dummy database. But it's not working. In theory, you should have an additional icon, right? In theory, you should have an additional icon that is the GarageBand icon. But it seems that it doesn't. So we have to understand why. We have to understand why. Only my 2 cents. Yeah, I understood that. No, I don't think we need more space. We need more content. So we need more dungeons. We need more quests. We need more monsters. We need more things to do, right? More things to do. We have a lot of space. We have a lot of space. Why you are thinking to level 2? Because there is something specific that you like to see in the level 2, or it just to see the winch working, which I understand may be nice to see the winch in but we could use a merchant near to the explorer camp on BD2. Could also be a wagon stable out there. Maybe. We have to think how to acquire these wagons, right? So we have these 4 wagons and carts. We need, if you want to help, start to think how we can acquire them. How to acquire them, right? If you want, I can show you a picture. No, I don't have it at hand. But anyway, we have 4 different carts, from the smallest to the largest, right? And we need a way for the player to acquire them. And I don't think it should just go to a merchant and buy it, right? I don't think it should be that. I think it should be something special. Can maybe a quest, maybe a permit to, maybe a trader permit or something that you need to have in the city to actually own a cart. I don't know, maybe a storage place that you have to buy, maybe. I don't know. We have to think about that. If you can think about that, it will help, because it's something that we need to design, and I don't have a design yet. Sorry, just a second. I need to listen to something. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm just switching between few things. So what is happening is that our garage man is not recognized for whatever reason. So we need to understand why this check is not. I think it is working actually, but we will debug it and see. But I think that this part is working. Probably what is not working is, I mean, assuming that it was properly compiled, we can check that. We can check if it's compiling it or not. Tied up with the city resources. Tied up with the city resources. I think the wagons and the cart may allow people to transport large quantity of resources. Yes, also to feed into the city management, right? Yeah. Maybe the only problem now that I think about it is that Willem is our city manager for Idla, right? He's not in a very reachable location by a cart, right? But maybe we can move him. Maybe we can move him. Or in the east door, right? Maybe in the east door we can have. By the way, this was not compiling. Oh, okay. Check operator precedents for possible error. Use parentheses to clarify precedents. There are not enough parentheses here. It seems that we have a lot of parentheses, but you mean that they should be greater than 0 should be the... Okay, I understand that. I understand what he's asking for. Okay, so probably was not compiled. Probably was not compiled, and this is why it was not working, because we probably had to stop. So I don't know. I think so I think that the wagons and the cart can be used to carry a large amount of resources, and it can also be used to carry, for example, catapults or ballistas later on in the game that are produced by the city management, and they can be brought to the battlefield, right? So I think that in a wagon as big as this, let me see if I can find the picture again. Yeah. Doom, 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 doom. In a wagon as big as this, I think that you can carry maybe a ballista in pieces. I don't know, like if it's disassembled, or we can really carry a ballista overall. I mean, you just mount it on this thing and you carry it around. I don't know. Or you can bring all the material to mount it on the battlefield, right? So you bring materials and you just assemble it there. I don't know. I have to think about it, but I think that they can still be used. I think the wagons and transports. We can also have larger transport. I mean, we can create another one that is even larger than this, right? If we want, we can. And so I think they will be used to carry materials and carry products. Yes. So somehow they are linked to city management, but I don't know what do you mean by... I mean, if you are speaking about the acquisition... I mean, Willem can have a quest for you to actually acquire a... Or it can be... I think I want to create a new NPC for for garage. Right? Garage man should be someone else, and it should be one per city probably, or one per city, or I don't know. It should be one per city, maybe not. I mean, it kind of makes sense that each city has it, but I don't know if we want to make it special for one city, like one city that is more dedicated to transports. But it is something else we need to decide. Okay, I still don't see the icon despite the recompile, so definitely something is wrong. So we have to recompile it. We have to debug it. I don't know why GarageMan is an integer instead of being a Boolean. Why? I was thinking to something different there, or what? Probably because I wanted to put in the garage ID. We can leave it as a boolean for now, but as an integer for now, but I think it should be a boolean, because if we need another variable that is saying which garage is owning, I think it cannot go through this. I think it cannot. William could just refer to the wagon traders when the players show their worth and being able to help the city. Yeah, but we have the entry point that is really in the city manager NPC, right? I cannot easily transfer. Okay, let me see if this is working. I cannot easily transfer it to someone else. At least not with the current code, right? So I have to. Can I see the name of this guy? Melanky. Okay, so we don't care about this guy. Jeffekra, we don't care. Crystal, this is our guy. Okay, so he's properly flagged as GarageMan 1. Okay, which is good. So the flag works. The flag works. So if the flag works, then it means that in our editor something is not working. Something is not connected properly. Maybe. Okay. Um, where do we have the here? Ah, here. Transport attach. No. Transport attach. No. So the place where we do the setup for the MPC here. Exactly. NPC setup city manager, NPC setup I didn't do it. I didn't do it yet? Okay. I didn't do it yet, so yeah, it's not there. Store, because we have merchant, right? We have storage, merchant, storage, trainer, loot, mailman, city manager, and then there is common setup, which is talking and description. Yeah, the only problem of this is that, I mean, it is nice, you know, done like this, but the only problem is that we don't see the button numbers. We don't see the button numbers. And if I don't see the button numbers, I don't know which button I have available, right? Trainer is 3. Because we already have so many functions, right, on one NPC that I think that pretty much all the buttons are used. This is what? Storage and banker. Storage and banker is 7 and 9. 7 and 9. Then we have merchant, which there is 1. So I don't know if we have anything available. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, we don't have an available slot, right? And with available slot, I mean one of the 9, right? One of the 9 icons that are showing up when you right click on an NPC. Can we overlap it with... Interesting. 'Cause I mean, we can say that the garage man will never be a trainer. Okay. Because we did the same trick with the loot, right? So the loot is exclusive with the city manager. But we can say that a garage man will never be a city manager, or a garage man will never be a trainer. Or a garage man will never be storage or banker. Garage man will never will never be storage. I think it's easier that he's not a trainer, so I would probably put it on. I will probably put it on number 3. I will probably put it on number 3. And you know what I want to do also? I want to be sure that all the ones that have the same number actually are next to each other, so that we recognize them. Because otherwise I think it's harder. Just have to be sure that I'm not breaking stuff. And if they can have like an order, will not be too bad as well. Do I have my microphone on or not? Yes, I do. Okay, no, because sometimes when I go mute, I forget about it. Okay. So I think we create a new. I don't know all these functions that we created, but it's fine. All these NPC, right? By the way, they are not even functions. They are what? They are what? Icon setup. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have to do like a greater than 0, but it's fine. I'm here for telling you if your mic doesn't work or not. Thank you, Hula. Thank you. My camera, don't tell me about my camera, because anyway, I don't. Sometimes I see it, and anyway, it's fine. Even if the camera is stuck, it's okay. But the microphone is really, really important, yes. If I don't have the microphone working, it's really an issue. Okay, so we go button 3, right? We go button 3, and inside. So when the garage, so when you click on, now the icon should be the same icon that we use to attach and detach, right? So I think that we created what? We created transport icon or no? Yes, 8, 9. I think it should be the same icon. 8, 9. 8, 9. And this function should be a completely different new function, no? I'm thinking what we should call. I mean, obviously we cannot call the existing function. We need to have a completely new. Can you pop up directly? No, it cannot. It needs to be. It needs to be. It needs to be a function like the train. Yeah, exactly. Can I reorganize these ones? Oh, that would be nice. I don't know why they are not automatically in order, right? I just have to be sure I'm not messing up, and also I'm not mixing these two, because this one is a transport UI, and I think we can have a garage UI, right? And garage UI should be a completely new function. Yes. That we can put here. So we can have a new request garage use on PC. This one will be reliable and run on server. And this one we call, so we need to create a new one on which, by the way, now that I think about it, you know, with more expert eyes, the thing that I'm doing here, I mean, it's kind of clean visually because we actually create a blueprint just to do this. But if you ask me, is it really efficient? Probably not. I mean, I could just call a client function and then in C++ declare the server function. But I did everything this way from the beginning. Just the very first RPC that I did it this way. And from that point on, I basically did all of them this way, right? So, yeah. I don't want to change it now, but let's say if you see this and you are thinking, if you are an Unreal Engine developer and you think, why is doing this double call in blueprints? Yeah, maybe you are right. I should have not done it. I mean, I could have done it all C++. I mean, it's just one call, so it's not really, I guess, impacting performances so much, but still is a bit weird to see, right? I agree. I think we create a new section here and we call it transports, because I think we will carry this for there will be more than this. Definitely there will be more of these functions. Just do it. Just do it. So you don't know if what you hear is the redeem or is me speaking, huh? We're gonna do it. So do we go in user manager or do we, because we don't really have a transport manager, right? I didn't create it. I don't know, maybe I should, but I didn't. So this will be a new function called handle. Can I type today? No, I cannot. Okay, fine. Cannot type. We will type twice just because is needed, it seems so. So we will create a new function which is called garage use, and under user manager, yeah. Can we have it in the same place where we have the other one, please, instead of having it like randomly in the middle of the GG thingy? I don't know why this thing is so. To enter play command to access the garage list of transports of owned, the list of owned transports in the garage, right? Right. Okay, now here I don't know exactly what we will do, but I think we have to do something similar to when we speak with an NPC. At least we need to, or when we want to train with an NPC. So at least we want to check, right, that the NPC is similarly to train interaction UI, for example, right? Yeah, this thing is not in order and is a bit hard to. So I'm trying to put it kind of in alphabetical order, so at least. Wait, here there is a bit of a mess. Okay, slightly better. So here we decided to do it with a command. I don't know if I want to add a command for the garage. It seems to be a bit overkill. So because managing then all the commands, you know, is kind of. So maybe we. Wow. Why we have client alive twice? Because one is you and one is. Yeah, pretty much all these checks are good checks. So I would say that we need all these checks. I mean, not exactly all these checks, but yeah, we'll call it client. Otherwise, I have to redo. I don't know why I decided to name it Pony, just to make my life harder, I guess. Just to make my life harder, my boys. I would like to do a long session on plane shift, but I don't know when I will be able to. But let's see. I mean, working on like 2 hours at a time is always a mess, but we do what we can. By the way, I think that this check should be, I mean, we should have probably this piece, and this piece exactly the same, just with maybe with a verb passed in. I don't know if we should copy all of this all the time. It seems a bit stupid actually, but. Like, for example, this one can be changed with this, by the way, will never happen, right? Because none of our trainers, none of our garage men are attackable, so they will never be dead, but fine. I think we should transform this into a generic function that at least is checking if you are alive, the target NPC is alive, if it's actually in range, and if the target is valid, right? I think it'd probably be a good idea. But anyway. I don't know if it's a he or if it's a she though. You can do this. Yeah, so in theory this block of 1, 2, 3, and 4 could be reused, you know. I mean, we could create like an NPC check, NPC alive, or a generic interaction check. I think I should do it now, by the way. So all the handle, right? I think we can have a generic. Do they return, or what do they do if... yeah, they just return, right? I don't know, something like this. And we can say that something like... something like that. We can call it interact NPC check, or check target NPC alive and in range. I think is kind of good. I think the idea would be to substitute all the duplicated code that we have with this, because I think it's a bit stupid that we do these checks over and over again, right? So there is 1, 2, 3. And I think also the busy one, right? Also the busy one. Yeah. So basically all of this can go into a function. And it can be the same for all the MP, for all the... So maybe we can call it check NPC interaction. I think we probably call it like can interact with NPC, something like this. That is probably the way we usually do it, right, in our code. Yeah. And basically we always return false. In all these cases we just return true in that case, and I think that this is a bit cleaner actually. Right? Yeah. I think it's probably a better idea. So that this becomes way more compact, right? And we can reuse. Now, the only thing that we are losing with this is the fact that here you had like, you cannot train, right? You cannot train, you cannot bank, you cannot storage, you cannot. But, you know, if I go, for example, if we go in handle storage, right? If you go in handle storage, I guess there is something that is the same dummy to be done. Okay, probably we do it in a different way for whatever reason. Request begin storage. Handle storage request. Yeah, but you see that, for example, here that check is not done, right? So we don't check, for example, if the NPC is dead. So if the NPC is dead, you can still, or if you are dead, you can still store, right? Which is a bit stupid, but. So I think all those checks would be nice if they are actually... Ah, you see, for example, here is inside of this. You are not in range. I don't know, maybe... okay, let's use that function when we can. Doesn't mean that we have to use it everywhere, but at least we use it. At least we use it now. And we may use it in the future, okay? Ah, the only problem of this is that he should actually return the... I think he should return the target. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it's much better actually. What? Okay. So we return target. Tonight I cannot type for whatever reason. Anyway. I don't know how to say it because I don't want to say he's a garage man, but this will never happen anyway. You will never see this because. But anyway, I need to have it here because I just want to be sure that someone is not sending, you know, bad messages to our server and is trying to hack the client and the server. So that's the only reason. But apart from that, it should basically never happen, right? Why my webcam cannot stay up like 2 seconds? I don't know. 2 seconds. Okay. I have to charge my phone because it's zero battery. Zero batteries. Why? Okay, just plugging in this. Okay. Done. And it's charging. I also drink a bit. Ok. Para pa parara pam 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 para pam para pam 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 param pam 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 param pam pam. Okay. Okay, so if he's a garage man, right? If he's a garage man, so if the server validates that the NPC is alive, the NPC is valid, blah 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 blah, right? Then what do we do? Hey, then we need to open up. We need to open up our management window, whatever it is. We have to open up, right, a window that allows you to at least list your transports, right? And I'm thinking how I want to do it, right? Did we delete, huh? We deleted it, huh? Crap. No, I mean, you click on the NPC, right? Fine. And then what happens? And then what do you see? I mean, the one that I don't know. I had the picture here. No, I put it in GIMP. No, I deleted it. No, because the PC restarted. No. Really? Yeah, probably yes. Because the PC restarted. Shit. Okay, fine. Do you remember that we had that capacity, quantity? I mean, I can look at it. I can look at it from the previous stream. That's the easiest, I guess. If we go YouTube, I don't know why it's trying to load a specifics thing instead of. So if you go in the last stream, right? 87. No. 89. Yeah, 89, right? We had this. I don't know why we lost this picture, but we had this picture. Yeah, exactly. Where is this picture? Unreal Missions Transport 2. Oh, okay. And I closed it. Unreal Mission. Yeah, it looks like I closed it. But I saved it, so it should be here actually. Ah, here it is. Okay. Okay, so and by the way, on this one we had also the stuff that I listed here, right? Okay. Should I then move it to this one? Yeah, probably. Now there is a bit of a duplication, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit duplicated, but it's fine. We can survive this. So basically this is already covered, right? The garage man to the current field table. Add a transport icon to the interact window. No, that is actually here. Okay.
Saw in a board and I'll cut it. I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house together. In the snow or the rain or the ice cold wind, whenever. No matter
No.
what the weather, we're together.
I mean, it's the same. The sequence that I have here on the slide is not under this picture is not very relevant. I mean, we can, but anyway, just to group things, right? So at the moment, so there is a bit of our plan, right? And at the moment, we did we did this. We did this. We did this, even if we didn't test it, so probably it's broken at the moment, but we will, right? And we have to do this, right? We have to do this, but actually, yeah, actually we are here, right? This is where we are. Yeah. Yeah, that is our plan, guys. That is our plan. No. Good. Good. Okay, so basically what we have to do now is to create a new structure with our list of transports, right? And I think that what is the only difference? The difference is if the transport is actually stored or if the transport is not stored. Ah, there is a big problem here. Because identify if the transport is stored when is a -6 or whatever it was slot, right? But how do I know if the transport is because he has a transport flag or why? That I don't remember. That I don't remember. Ay, 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 ay. We have it only in production, eh? Why? No, I think I want to have at least one card. Also in... I don't know if I want to have all the cards in dummy, but yeah, probably actually yes. Probably actually yes. Okay. So now we have them also in dummy. Yeah, we have the flag, right? We have the flag transport, which is actually, so we can find it like that, but the problem is that it will be on the ground. Ay, 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 ay. Ah, I didn't think about this. I did not think about this. I did not think about this. I did not think about this. So the problem is that we know the list of our transports because they are I mean, we have the list of the store transports, right? Because if they are stored, they are actually in the slot -6, right? They are here. If they are in the garage, they are here. If they are in the garage, they are here. Or we create a -7, which is actually out of garage, right? And so basically we are always able to identify that item and to know if it's in the garage or out of the garage. And probably, yeah, the problem is that we are already using this. So when an item is on the ground, the inventory slot number becomes 0, I think, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure. And so we cannot use it that way. No. So we cannot use it that way. So basically what I cannot do is this thing that I wanted to do because I think it was useful. So that basically if you lose your card somewhere, it can always be retrieved. It can also be retrieved for a fee. The problem is that at the moment the game has no way to know that that card is your card and that card is out in the wild. Well, it can scan all the cards, but even if he scans all the cards, he doesn't know that it's yours, right? Because after some time, the guard flag is gone. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. I think I had an idea, and the idea was to use the crafter flag to know if it's yours, but it's a bit weird. To use the, you know, we said, oh, we can use the crafters. The craft, because there is a crafter ID. It is basically saying who has built the, but I think using that flag for something that is not that is asking for trouble, right? I don't know where is it, but here there is a, no, it's an, by the way, it's not even in items. Yeah, it's in item instances. It's in item instances, right? In item instances, there is a creator mark ID, which is basically saying, I mean, unless we do something, unless we keep, right, the character ID owner. No, but we cannot keep the character ID owner. I mean, I could keep the character ID guardian. Let me understand 1 second this character ID guardian, because maybe this can be the solution. This can be the solution, so that that card is always guarded by you. But we need to keep this list somewhere. That's the problem. We need to keep the list. I'm thinking if I want to do it now or I want to do it later. This retrieve button, right? But I think will be very useful because you may lose your card and never, you know, and never know where is it. You may disconnect, you may crash, you may. And I think this may be a good idea. At the moment, I don't know how the character ID guardian is actually managed. I think after some time it just disappears or goes away. I don't know exactly how it works. There's not even a description of this. Fuck. Get guardian character. Item guardians. Other drops into the world or placed in a public container are not owned but guarded by a character. Yeah, the only problem is when is this removed? Set guardian character ID. Um, Set guarding character ID. Drop item. Yeah, drop item is set in the guarding character, which is good. Drop one item into the world. Container world. Are we losing the flag when we... Moving from a war container to another war container? Well, this I'm not very concerned about this one. Container inventory bulk, that is fine. Handle cleanup event. Handle cleanup event. Is only when inside a container, or is also... I don't know. Yeah, it's also when inside a container. So in reality, this never happens. Okay, so what I see from the code, is that whenever an item is dropped into the world, it is guarded by you, and if you don't unguard it, it remains guarded forever. Is that true or not? Because if that is true, I think we can use the guarding ID as the way to flag if that container is, if that transport is ours. Now the only problem will be that we need a kind of a transport manager to know, to keep track of all the guarded items, of all the transport that are into the world, to know who they are, right? Or Or I think using the guardian character ID is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Now the question is, when you store there are a number of problems here. There are a number of problems that we need to sort out because it's not that easy. So let's say you go to this NPC and he's selling you a card, right? So the moment he's selling you a card, we want the card to go immediately into the storage. So to get player inventory slot -6. But at the same time, we also want to know that is yours, right? But it is because it's in your inventory. So the character ID owner is you, and the inventory slot is -6. Now, when you drop it into the world, right, it gets the character guardian ID, but it's no more in your inventory. So we don't have an easy way to search for it, except if we search for, okay. So I think what we can do, we can do a scan into the world. I mean, it's not the best ever, but I think we can. And we can do it only when we retrieve, right? Only with this function, retrieve, right? So I think there are two functions. There is a transport take out of garage, right? There is a transport take out of garage. Is this bigger than... I think it's slightly bigger. No. Okay, 18. No. Anyway, right? And then there is this retrieve button. And this retrieve button is another function, right? That is transport retrieve when lost, right? When lost. Or when lost. So if you lose your transport in the wild and you don't know how to get it back, what we can do, we can I think we can use the Guardian ID. I think we can use the character ID Guardian to find the missing transport, right? But this means that we should not allow you to unguard your transport, right? So we should prevent, right? Prevent guard to work on transports, right? So you cannot unguard it. It's impossible to unguard it. And by the way, I think that the transport cannot be picked up, right? as well. So you should not be able to pick it up. You should not be able to. Now, is this true for everyone, including game masters? I think yes. I think yes, because I think if you pick up a transport that is guarded, you are basically removing the link between the player and his transport, right? So I think that even for GMs, right, we should prevent the pickup. If you want, you can destroy the card as a GM, but I mean, this is a bit of a pity actually, because the transport is a full container, and so you could pick it up and drop it down, but you cannot. I don't think you can guard for someone else at the moment, so. I don't know, this prevent transport pickup, I'm 50-50 on it. I'm 50-50 on it. But we should remember that if we allow pickup by a GM, the Guardian flag gets destroyed. And I think this may be very confusing to a game master, so I think it's probably better to prevent the pickup so that is not getting destroyed, right? Yeah, I think like this it could work. I think like this it may work. So basically what we are saying is that when you are using /guard, right, when you are using /guard, so prevent guard command on transport as we use this, as we use the Guardian ID, to track the lost transports, right? So if the guarded item actor, by the way, this is what? This is really prone to errors, though. No, this is wrong, guys. This needs to be like this. Well, it needs to be both, right? Because this can be empty and this can be empty. Well, item not found, okay, but if wait. So guard item must exist, right? If it doesn't exist, it's total GG. It's the end of the universe. Oops. So we can say that if guard item is not valid, right? Or if guard item is not valid, or guard item is a transport. Guard item is a transport. No? Why we don't have it? We don't have is transport. What do you mean? We added is transport. We added it on what? Ah no, we added get is transport, yeah. Get is transport is on item stats. Okay. Is on item stats. Is not mirrored on the PS item. That's very stupid, but fine. So, or the item is not valid, or is a transport, we say this. Otherwise we go, right? Otherwise we do the stuff that we need to do. Right? Right. So it is not needed anymore. Okay. Okay. So this way we prevent the unguard, right? So basically we did this piece, right? Prevent guard to work, yeah. Prevent guard to work on transports. Now prevent transport pickup. The pickup is not that simple, yes. No, I think it is. I think it's I think we have only one function, by the way. Handle pickup. Should be only one place. Should be only one place. So, I mean, so consider that if I prevent pickup, I will not be able to move transports around in any possible way, but I will be able to store it again in my storage. Cannot pick up a transport in use. I think you cannot pick up a transport anyway. No, I understand we did that, but I mean, these two checks are obviously a bit stupid, but I By the way, we also have a separate class for the transport, so I could have done it this way instead of doing the east transport, but it's the same. I would say you cannot pick up blah 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 because it's a transport, and transport cannot be picked up. I don't know if this is a good decision actually. I think I may change it in the future, right? I think I may change it in the future, but I mean, it would be nice to be able to carry a transport like on another transport, but or maybe be able to move the transports for GMs into a. But I don't know. It's too hard to think about it now that I don't have the full functionality developed yet. But at the moment, let's say that you cannot just pick it up, right? You cannot just pick it up. So this check may be useless. But anyway, I leave it just because. But it's actually it may be actually completely useless. So So you cannot pick it up, you cannot unguard it, and we use the character guide and ID to actually do this, right? We will. I mean, we are not doing it yet, but we will. So basically now, whenever you buy, yeah, exactly. Whenever you buy or you obtain, whenever you buy or you obtain from a merchant or from a quest a transport. I still don't know how we will acquire these things, right? I don't know. But what I know is that when that happens, I want to move it into the garage slot, right? Or not. Well... My feeling is yes. My feeling is yes. I don't have super clear how I want to have this function. And guys, you can help me with ideas, right? So how do you obtain this transports? I mean, the fact that you just buy them from a merchant seems to be a bit too simple, right? Also because money in our game is not really balanced at the moment. I mean, we have billionaires, so they could buy transport for anyone, right? If they want, so they can go in game, buy 1,000 transport and give them to people, right? So I think we need a way to make this so if the then there is also another problem, because when you are taking out the transport, you will have to flag when you take out the transport, you will have also to, yeah, you will have to spawn the actor, change the location in inventory, but also set the Guardian ID, right? Set the Guardian ID. So you know that is yours. Otherwise, that will never be retrievable, right? Thinking, my boys. I'm thinking. Because if you just buy it, is a bit easier for me. But if it's through a quest, right? If it's through a quest, there is a give item op. I don't know if there is a give. I don't think that I think there is a give item response op. Yeah. So it's a different object. I don't remember if this is the NPC giving to the player or vice versa. NPC give an item to the player. Okay. 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 So yeah, it's this piece, right? So in this piece, yeah. So we will have to intercept it here, right? We will have to intercept it somewhere here. I mean, we can still create the item. It's not a problem, right? We can create the item. So this is valid, but then here. Now, I think we need to call add, but we need to call add with Now, the only problem would be if you receive the same transport twice. Is that an issue? No, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. You can have multiple ones and it's still fine. Let's say the difference here is that skip requirements. What is skip requirements? Skip requirements. And precise. What is precise? Ah, okay, it's for the quality. But skip requirements, I don't remember what it does. Does it do anything or not? Check to see if the proposed lot is usable. Size should be false. I mean, container should be 0. Precise should be false. Skip requirement should be true. Otherwise, you will never be able to add this to the... You'll never be able to add it properly, right? There is not a slot movement. This is a real... yeah. I mean, there is a creation of an item in addition to your inventory. And in theory, this cannot return false because I don't think it can return false, because I think it's returning false only if there is not enough space, right, in your inventory, but we are not checking that. But I don't even know, wait. I'm not completely convinced that this is gonna work. Because, for example, encumbrance, right? Does it check? No, I think this is not a good idea. I don't think it is the way to do it. I think this ad is not the way to do it. Hell. Because we want the transport to be in the garage, but at the same time we don't want it to be in the inventory calculations, right? But it seems to me that I don't know if adding it in inventory is the right way. I mean, it's a bit like storage actually, right? It's a bit like storage. But so the question is, when you add an item to storage, when you add an item in storage, what does because we really have a storage inventory. Oh my god. I see. We have a separate inventory. We have a separate inventory for the storage. I see. We have a separate inventory for the storage. So it's like a completely different array. Yeah, it's a completely different array of PS item, which is completely separate, right? So, and this function is adding it there. So maybe we should do it the same. Maybe we should do it the same for the transport. So it's a completely separate storage area. There is just at the end is just an array of PS items in GG. Right. The problem is that when you have to load it when the character is a better way. Yeah, I think it's a better way. I think it's a better way. I think it's a better way. Yeah, I think it's a better way. And we did it we did it for mail as well. Yeah. We should do it. We should do it like this. Yeah, we should do it like this. Absolutely. We should do it this way. It's way better. It's way better. Now the only mess of this is that So this is the one that does it at loading. That does it during loading. I don't even know if this is really needed, by the way. But yeah, probably it is. I mean, the add transport item is very simple because the add transport item is very simple because I mean, it doesn't have to do anything. I mean, it just have to do this because it cannot be, it's not stackable, right? So pretty much it would just do this. But I think it's better to have a function than not, right? So because we may then add more logic in the future. So, but in the reality, you should just do this, right? You should just do this. I don't know why the indentation in some of these classes is all fucked up. Hello, Javi. I'm not sure if you already explained, but is the trigger and upgrade working with the Arcane Crucible? I was watching some old stream and the trigger and stock itself at a used button which is not in game. Yes, it should be working. I mean, if it's not working, is I mean, it's not an upgrade. It's a I don't remember. I don't remember. I mean, what was it? Was a quality upgrade, right? It was a quality upgrade, right? Yes, it should be working, yes. There should be a quest. There should be a quest that is teaching you about it. If I remember right. It should be working, yes. You already did the quest? Yeah, it should be working. If it's not working, maybe a bug. It may be possible that we remove the icon because there was a pass that we did to simplify the icons on containers, and I don't know if we messed up because we didn't want to have unnecessary icons on containers. When I try to use it, it says I don't know what to do with the crucible. You don't know what to do with the crucible. I will have to, I mean, it's a bit hard for me to check now because I'm doing something completely different, and so it's hard for me to switch between this and that. But definitely we need to look at it because I don't remember if you have to use or what is. I mean, if you can check the stream, yes, the way I was doing it. But you are saying that the use button is not in game, but then you say that when you try to use it, it say you don't know what is the crucible. So is the use there or not there? But it should work, yes. It should work. If it doesn't work, I have to check it. But it's hard for me to do it now. But I can do it. And also, yeah, it will be also interesting to know how you guys are gonna use that. Yeah. So this function we just purely add it to the inventory. So it cannot be like this, right? It cannot. This is all the stackable code. This is checking the main slots. But it's also doing an item save. It's also doing an item save, huh? So in theory it should be only like this. I think we need to save it. But I see that the storage doesn't save. I mean, this is so weird. Ah, he saved just here. Okay. He saves it just here. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so this is the right sequence, right? This is the right sequence. In the stream, there is a use button on the stock itself. In game, it's only a use button on the crucible. There is a use button on the stock. Can you point me to the stream number or whatever? Stream number and minute, right? Stream number and minute, and so from there I will be able to remember. Maybe we can improve the quest so that it's really telling you what to do. But yeah. So how do we know if it's a transport item? Well, actually we can just check the base stats, right? Is transport in theory. I think it is kind of cleaner than doing the because yeah, it is. I think the other check where we actually cast it to APS transport can be done only when it's on the ground. If it's not in the ground, it's still a logical item, and here we are still a logical item, right? And obviously here we return, right? So we don't do any of that. But I think we should also give a message, right? We should also send a message to the client saying, you have received, it is now in your transport storage. Okay? It is now in your transport storage. So Javi, if you can give me the stream number and the minute at which you see, you see how it's used, I think I can then find out again. You cannot give me the link. If you try to paste the URL, you will not be able to paste the URL. So just tell me like number 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And that's enough, because all the streams are numbered anyway. Okay, so this is if we receive, right? This is if we receive a transport, and this is getting, yeah, this will be put into our slot garage, right? And maybe we can have a new quest, right, on Crystal. Let's see if we have a quest. We can create a very simple quest. We can create a very simple quest on Crystal, just giving you a transport, and maybe that would be enough. I just have to be sure that this is the So like Arnquest will not be here, right? Okay, it is. So it is at the moment. This is pointing to the production database, while we want this to be pointing to the dummy database. Where is that? That is... That is... Arr! That is where yes, I know. Is here. I found it. It's 12:12 minute 408. Okay. I can check it and let you know. I cannot check it now, but well, maybe I can just open it quickly and see. But wait. Yeah, you cannot give me the link. I mean, you can give it to me on Discord. Give me the, if you have the minute and whatever, and you give it to me on Discord, that would be nice. So it'll be easier for me, then I don't have to search it and do stuff. Send it to me on Discord. So it's quicker. What's going on? Okay. Okay, so now you should see the other database. Okay. Yeah. So this will be by transport. Category, we don't care. Okay. And now just copy this. This will be transp 1, 2, 3 and And here we will have our give player whatever. Give, can I just give like that, or should I give give mug, give hexa, give healing, give yeah, I can just say give whatever it is. Okay. So the name of the item is, let's start with the smallest one. The smallest one was what? Small cart? Yeah, small cart. Okay. Ah, you need anyway the answer. Okay. You need anyway the answer. Come on. You need anyway the answer. So this will be crystal, by the way. Should not be. One, 3, 7, 7. Okay. Tigran steel stock, large bundle of Tigran steel used for making various items. Category raw materials, use. Am I clicking on this one or the one in the... Am I clicking on the... Yeah, I'm clicking on the item in my inventory actually. And if I do use, what happens? You need to have the proper container targeted for this enchantment to work. Okay. So you are saying that the use button on the Tigran steel is not there, and so you cannot click on it. Okay, I see. You cannot click on use. You need to have only one item in the container. Okay, because at the moment there is nothing there. So he puts the weapon there, okay. And then he does use again with the... Okay, it's a bit of a mess, but... Yeah, so the item is 17 out of 47, right? And now it's 17 out of 50. Yeah, the container is not updated for whatever reason. Yeah. Yes, I understand. Now it's very clear how it works, right? It's very clear how it works. It's just that it's not... having the use button on this guy. 53. I can check it tomorrow. I think I understand. I think it's very understandable. Thank you. It may be a bug. Yeah, it may be that the use is not working as expected. I don't know. I will check it tomorrow. It was a nice feature, by the way. But yeah, I don't know if the Tigran steel need to be flagged in any way to actually show the use. I don't know. Probably yes, right? Tigran. Let me see if I have it here in my list. Update item stats, sets consume script, quality improve. Flag stackable, equip stackable, consumable with Tigran steel stock. Let me see if we have this in production or not. Let me see if we have the, because there is this command, right? Maybe there is something else broken. I don't know. If we look at production item stats. Where name equal to that. A keep stackable consumable. Wait. A keep stackable consumable. Yes, the flag is there. And then there should be also a quality improve script. Yes, yes. So why it doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know. But it's definitely there. The flag is there, so the item is not broken, right? It's just that I mean, now I'm curious, right, to understand what happened, but unfortunately, I'm out of time. I'm out of time, unfortunately. I'm out of time, but what? Come on. Huh? What is going on? What? Why I cannot search by name? Where? What? What happened to this thing? I don't know. Progression event just GG'd out. Ah! Wait, maybe it's a math script. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, maybe it's no, wait, maybe is a special case. Yeah, it's a special case. It's a special case. No, I will do it tomorrow. Anyway, it seems that it's there, right? So it should work. It should work. It seems to be there, but for whatever reason. I'm just checking if there is any other prerequisite, right? Consume. So you don't have that. You don't have the. It's so weird. Are you sure that you are using a steel? Wait, are you sure that you are using a Tigran steel stock and not a Tigran steel ingot? Because it requires a stock. Yeah, I think that's the problem. You're using the wrong item. I think you are using the wrong item. You're using the stock. Tigran steel ingot doesn't have the use. Tigran steel stock has the use. I see it. Are you sure you are using the Tigran steel stock? I see the use. How you don't see it? It's impossible. It's impossible. No, I don't know. Maybe you are using a stack of stocks. I don't know. Let me see if there is a no, even if I have a stack, it's still, the use is still there. If you have it a keep it in the end button, it doesn't show. Yes. Because you cannot consume an equipped item. Yeah, could be. Well, we could change that. We could change that only for the... Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's a bit confusing actually. Yeah, it is a bit confusing because usually when you craft, you have the items in your hand, right? So... yeah, we may change that. I think it's... I mean, is it the same with a potion or what? I mean, if I have just a normal... if I have a healing potion, is it the same problem, right? That... like if I have something that I can drink, alchemy preparations. If I have greater potion of mana, okay. If I have a greater potion of mana, I right click it, I have use. If I put it in my hand, I don't have the use. Yeah, it's a bit stupid. I think you should have the use anyway, right? Also if you have it in your hand. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you want to have the use also when in your hand. Maybe I can just do that. But it is working if you keep it in your inventory, right? So maybe we can extend the usage also when you have it in your hand. I don't know if there is any side effect of this, but probably not. Okay, guys. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. It's midnight 23, so it's very late. But anyway, we added the quest just to test the thingy, right? We have to test if the quest works, and if when we receive the proper item, right, we are actually having the transport transfer into our storage, right? We have to just run this quest, but now it's too late. I want to go to bed. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys, and have a good rest of the day, evening or night. And remember that if you click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea. Also remember that our game is available for download for free. You can support us with Patreon or donation or whatever you want. It's available for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. And the server is up. You can play it right now if you want. So, yep. See you tomorrow evening. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Bye.